And now it is my honor to invite the President of the General Assembly, His Excellency Mr. Dennis Francis, to deliver his remarks. Excellency, you have the floor.
Mr. Secretary General, Honourable Minister, Permanent Representative, Permanent Observer of the African Union, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who may not be aware, Kinyarwanda, the national language of Rwanda, the word Kwibuka means to remember. The importance of remembering why Kwibuka has become the official term associated with commemorating the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda. Remembering and reflecting are key to what must be our open-ended efforts to ensure that such heinous tragedies never occur again. 30 years ago, Rwanda woke up to a shocking horror, born of a virulent and senseless level of hatred that should never be allowed to rear its venomous head again in the human conscience and heart. Over 1 million lives were snuffed out in a mere 100 days. Millions more were displaced as refugees, fleeing for their safety. Today we assemble here to honor the memory of approximately 1 million lives lost and to pay tribute to the survivors who endured untold and unimaginable suffering. And I am somberly glad that one of the survivors, Mr. Claver Irakoze, is here with us today to share his harrowing story. Excellencies, over the past 30 years, we have made efforts to reflect on failures and to address the aftermath of the Rwandan genocide. This includes the establishment of International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda by the Security Council in 1994 to prosecute the prosecutors, the perpetrators. The declaration of April 7th as the International Day of Reflection on the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi in Rwanda by the UN General Assembly in April 2020, and related commemorative events such as this one today. And the recent designation by UNESCO of 4 memorials of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi as World Heritage Sites. Yet, among the most important actions we can undertake is to reflect and to remember, as Kwibuka urges us to do. But as important as it is, merely reflecting and regretting is not enough. Certainly, it ensures that memory of the past is not lost from history, but it gives no guarantee of non-repetition in the future. Only we, the current generation, and the survivors can do that, and we must repeatedly commit to doing it. Recently, I visited a poignant exhibition in the UN visitor lobby commemorating this anniversary. It told the story of Lawrence, a survivor, and Xavier, a perpetrator, who together embarked on a journey of reconciliation. Years into his imprisonment, Xavier, filled with remorse and contrition, wrote to Lawrence confessing to the killing of her mother and sisters. He asked for her forgiveness, which she granted. Today, They describe each other as friends who meet at family celebrations, sharing a bond of friendship that symbolizes the nation's reconciliation and its broader transformations. It is paramount that we recall that this genocide took place in an environment of hate speech, broadcast through state-controlled media, and also fueled by the legacies of a colonial past and the stoking of ethnic prejudice. The dangerous consequences of hate speech are lessons we should ponder deeply today, especially in an era of convenience of social media communication, where unguarded words we utter can spread like wildfire to reach and sway thousands, if not millions of people, to inflict harm on innocent, unsuspecting others. Another key lesson we should contemplate is the ramification of international inaction in the face of conflict. The genocide against the Tutsis had warning signs which were not fully heeded, and it unfolded in full view of the global community, which dismally failed Rwanda by not taking swift action to prevent and to stop it. Let us always remember that peace requires an active effort, and most importantly, prevention. Effort that should always be sustained by recognizing our shared kinship, standing up against hate speech, and ensuring that the human rights of all people everywhere are protected without exception. Moreover, when we encounter violations of human rights and humanitarian law, or witness concerns trending such as hate speech and genocidal denial, or observe the early warning signs of genocide, we bear a collective responsibility to take preemptive actions to avert atrocities. I therefore note that, building on the outcomes of the 2005 World Summit, Rwanda continues to join a number of UN member states to champion the concept of responsibility to protect. As we reflect on the darkest chapter of Rwanda's history, we must also acknowledge the notable strides the country has made to turn the page and to build a future defined by forgiveness, healing, and grace. It is encouraging to note that Rwanda is now an emerging powerhouse in the Africa region and is also setting an example to the whole world, including in the field of digitalization and innovation, as well as promoting gender equality and the empowerment of women. Top of form, Rwanda's socio-economic strides, as it emerged from the wreckage of its tragic past 30 years ago, have also been nothing short of extraordinary. Poised to soon transition from a least developed country to a middle-income nation, Rwanda is moving towards a brighter future, heralding a triumphant new chapter. Rwanda's remarkable recovery serves as a powerful testament to the strength and moral courage of its people, proving that unity and shared resolve of a people can indeed reshape the destiny of a nation. Excellencies, in closing, as we reflect on the lessons learned from the genocide against the Tutsi 30 years ago, the most befitting tribute we can offer the victims and survivors is a steadfast commitment to prevent such atrocities in the future. Our first task and real test is to transform never again into a permanent, tangible reality in Rwanda and everywhere. And everywhere. We must remain vigilant in order to combat the hateful impulses that drive humanity towards committing such egregious atrocities. To this end, our resolve in vehemently repudiating prejudice, hate, and discrimination must be loud, clear, and palpable. Instead, let us embrace the principles of empathy, compassion, forgiveness, and kindness, and the common understanding of our shared kinship and dignity. I thank you.
Thank you, Excellency.